this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. I have got a sneak peek for Diamond Art Club here today. Thank you very much to Diamond Art Club for sending this over to me. This is Skywalker of Tatooine. I've just had to film that bit twice because apparently Tatooine is like a tongue twister to me. And this is releasing today, Monday the 28th of July, as part of Diamond Art Club's Star Wars release. So this is a 65 by 72.9 centimetre painting. So it's sort of a little off square. That's quite unusual dimensions actually. It has square diamonds. And on the side here, you can see it has got 70 colours, which includes 1 Aurora Borealis, 1 Iridescent Diamond, and 2 Fairy Dust Diamonds. So we've got a nice collection of special drills here. There are around 76,500 drills. And let's get stuck in. So midweek releases work a little different to Saturday releases in that there is only one release time for everyone. So if you are looking to get this or any of the other Star Wars pieces that you may have seen sneak peeked or previewed on Diamond Art Club social media, they will be available for you from 9 AM Pacific time, 12 PM Eastern time, or 5 PM UK time on Monday the 28th of July. Here we go. Oh, how do I get in? Ah, it's a sideways one. I got caught out. So this seems to be a thing that Diamond Art Club has been doing recently, that they have one style of boxes for sort of standard releases, and then the themed ones, particularly the Disney releases, and this is part of the Disney collection, have this sideways opening box where you have little flaps here and you open this up. So inside we have the toolkit, which I'll go through in a moment. We have, of course, the diamond painting and drills, which come in this branded dust cover bag. And we have this thank you for your purchase pouch that's got lots of useful information. So I'll go through that in a moment too. But first off, let's look at the toolkit. So the toolkit does have the contents listed, but we're going to go through it anyway. So I will crack straight on. Inside, you've got a few different items. So first up, you have a roll of baggies, which is just always useful to have, whether you're kitting up, kitting down. I sometimes use these for random other things, to be honest. They're quite useful to have around the house. And then you have the twist and pick applicator pen. If my camera will kindly decide to focus on it, you will see that this is a little more ergonomic than your typical kit pens that you get elsewhere. It's got a 4-placer loaded for you on this end, and this is also a sort of standard pen opening, so any places that you like to use should fit in this end. Whereas this end, this is where we get the name twist and pick applicator from, because if we take the lid off, you will see that there is a single placer there, and this is preloaded with clear wax. So what you're going to do is twist it, as the name suggests, and the wax will start to appear at the top. Pinch off any excess. Excuse me, got a bit of a frog in my throat there. And you are now ready to pick up your drills. You can also remove this chamber by unscrewing it, and that way you can top it up with more wax if you run out, or if you have a preference for a different wax, or even a putty, because they tend to work in these as well. You can also put those in. And then we have the tray. This is probably my favourite of the upgrades, just because I think it's really nice to get a proper good size tray with deep sides and room to line up plenty of drills in a free toolkit. So these are stackable in that if you have a few of them, they will stack neatly on top of each other. The lid slides off like this, and then once you've got the lid off, you can remove the stopper. You've also inside got more of that clear wax, and you've also got their original pink wax as an alternative, just because some people prefer that. So we've got all the options here. And you also have a 7-placer in case you prefer that for the pen end. And as you can see there, lots of space for lining up your drills. All right, this pouch next. So as you can see, it's like a little envelope, which I really like. Sweet. And you open it like this. Inside we have got a trading card and sticky labels for your storage pots, which I will get to in a moment. But you've also got all sorts of useful information laid out for you here. You've got tips and tricks and step-by-step instructions, really useful if you're new to diamond painting, but there may be something for you there even if you're not. You've got how to use and also to refill that twist and pick applicator if my explanation did not do it for you, which is entirely understandable. And we've got a link here to Diamond Art Club's VIP Facebook group. Kit contents are listed at the bottom, and then over here you've got save 20% off your first app purchase. I always mention at this point that there are always discount codes available for Diamond Art Club. You never need to pay full price on their website. So there are some rather generous first time buyer offers, and if you are a first time buyer from Diamond Art Club, you're looking to make your first purchase, maybe after watching this, I do have a couple of affiliate codes in the description box below which will give you a discount on your first purchase. So Cat20 would give you 20% off your first ever order, and Cat10 would give you $10 off, or the equivalent in your local currency. So, you know, do the maths, figure out which one works out better value for you depending on your order value. Don't feel obligated to use one of those, but make sure you are using a discount code. This one will give you 20% off the first time you purchase in the app, because Diamond Art Club has an app as well as a website. And once you've run out of all your sort of first time user, one-time user codes, there are still ongoing discount codes. I was asked about this on a video recently, and I'll just say join the Facebook group if you are unsure where you can find that. Okay, so that's all of that. And then moving on, here is the Treasure Quest card. So Treasure Quest cards are a form of trading card. Treasure Quest card is what Diamond Art Club calls it. And they started bringing these out recently, and they are really fun, both as a kind of collector item. Like, I personally have a trading card wallet that I put them all in. But they also serve a more practical purpose. So you'll see that this has a bronze outline. The card that you receive in your kit if you purchase this kit may be the same as mine, or it may have a silver, gold or black outline. The reason for the different colours is that they go in ascending order of rarity. So this is the most common, black would be the rarest, and you can use a certain number of cards of different colours in order to claim rewards. So if I turn over to the back, there is a link here to diamondartclub.com/redeem, and I think this QR code will also take you there. You'll also see a scratch off panel there. If you go to that web address, it will tell you how many of each colour card you would need to collect in order to claim rewards such as really nice tasty gift cards, or even a custom kit from Diamond Art Club, where you can send in your own photo or artwork that you have authorised to use, and they will make you a custom kit. So this bit I tend to leave covered up until I actually need them. I've not made a claim yet, but I have watched other creators talk us through the process, and it looks pretty straightforward. But yeah, that's what I will be doing with these when I have enough for what I'm saving up for. And then here we have the sticker sheet. So on the outside, we've got individually cut sticky labels, which are just great for a logbook if you keep one. You've got the branding here as well, the Lucasfilm Star Wars graphic there, because this is licensed artwork. Diamond Art Club only produce licensed artwork. So when you see artwork coming out that's related to a film or like Disney more broadly, that's because they have the rights to use it. And I don't believe that many other places do have the rights to use it. On this side, you have the artwork, and we've got the key details again, all individually cut stickers, perfect for a logbook. And then inside here are the sticky labels for your storage pots. So looking at the artwork, I don't think this is going to be the most varied colour palette in the world, but you've got a really nice range of colours showing here anyway. Lots of neutral tones, sort of beiges and pinks, and often when you look at the artwork, it looks a bit more one-dimensional in terms of it looks very beige and brown. But to bring that to life, you will use lots of other colours, like I suspect a lot of these pinks will go into that background. Then we've got the special drills at the end here. We've actually got quite a few of the 6000 range before I get onto those. So the 6000 range of drills are colours that DAC identified do not exist in the DMC range for diamond drills. that was already there, so they've produced their own in-house. So that's why those codes are a little different. But then the special drills, we have an AB, which looks to be blue. I mean, these are clearly going to be jazzing up the lightsaber, aren't they? And then you've got a crystal drill, which also looks to be blue, a fairy dust drill, which is blue, and then also a white fairy dust drill. So yeah, no prizes for guessing where they're going to go, but I will have a proper look at that later for you anyway. Let's look at the kit. I always say kit when I mean canvas. The whole thing is the kit. We're going to look at the canvas now. So if I open up the dust cover bag, inside the dust cover, you will find Diamond Art Club's trademark tarpaulin canvas. It's got this super soft velvety backing, and just in general, the canvas is a really nice weight to work with, because sometimes it's the little things that matter and add that luxurious touch. And if you have a canvas that's too stiff, it can be hard to work with. If it feels too flimsy, it's like you're working on paper. This for me is the perfect weight canvas. And here are all the drills. Yeah, there are a lot more sort of pinky peachy tones than you might think looking at the artwork, which is appealing to me. The bag is also labelled, so if for storage reasons you need to store your canvases and your drills separately, you can do that and link them back up. I will go through these properly in a moment. Let's just have a little peek at the canvas first. So I'm going to roll it back on itself, just to flatten it out. Wow, colour blocking heaven, this one. So here you go. That rendering looks brilliant. Here is the bottom, and let me just show you the top as well. There you go. So yeah, you have got a completely colour blocking background really, meaning that you can put a load of drills in your tray and just work through them, whether you're multi-placing or single placing, without having to fiddle around changing your drills. A lot of people really enjoy that because it goes a bit quicker. But then on the other side of the coin, we have confetti, which is where you are going to be changing drills in your tray more often, and it's a bit more bitty, but you're getting into the more detailed bits of the painting. His face is obviously looking quite confetti. His clothing in general is a lot more confetti than the background, but there's not many overly intense patches of confetti, I would say. So I'm going to say this is more of a colour blocking, quick to work up painting, which is really fun to have in the mix. That lightsaber is going to be the fun bit, isn't it? I think it'd be really fun to kind of do everything else and then do that last. And we already know just from looking at the colours on the sticky labels that that's going to be chock full of special drills. Okay, let's have a close-up look at those colours. Here they all are. Really, it is honestly a much more varied and pretty colour palette than maybe I would have expected just looking at the artwork. And I think that's often the way, because like the way your eye kind of understands artwork is that you will designate a whole section of it to be, say for example, beige, but when you break it down pixel by pixel, because of shading and the way light falls and all of that kind of thing, it won't all be beige. And that is something that really comes through in the hand rendering that Diamond Art Club does to bring out the detail of the artwork that we diamond paint. Okay, here end of my TED talk. Let's look at the drills. So first of all, we have 3727, and then we have 758, 3772, there are 2 bags of that. 3064, again 2 bags. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags of 407, 1 bag of 801, 1, 2, 3 bags of 3771, and 3 bags of 152. So these colours that there's a lot of, I imagine that these are going to be making up that background. Next up we have 451, 739, 3042, 938, 3770, 6034, 3371, 3860, 310, 6032, 945, 898, 3836, 632, 2 bags of that, sorry, 2 bags of 754, 3 bags of 3861 at the end of that strip. Then we have 312, 747, 3731, 3821, 3863, 3777, 3834, 210, 3041, 3835, 211. Some of these bags are really tiddly, aren't they? 356, 3354, 977, 3802, 436, 3688, 3857, 223 and 317, which means we've got all the special drills to come on this last strip. So there is 318, and here is the first of the 2 fairy dust drills, that beautiful blue. So if you've not come across fairy dust drills before, they have this subtle glittery coating which is made from mica powder, and they're used for accents. They are very, very pretty. Then there's 778, 3830, and here is that iridescent drill, or crystal drills as they may be known more generically. So that is a lovely pale blue glass effect. That is super pretty. And you don't often get iridescent drills that aren't silver or gold. So that's a bit of a fun factor for the nerds like me. 3721, 435, 6030, 841, 3778, 3859. Here is the other fairy dust, Z3865. 3856, 6000, I love this shade, it has to be one of my favourite colours they do. 6033, 3825, 415, 779, 452, 2 bags of that. So there's all the colours. I didn't see the AB. I think there may have been a slight mishap, so I'm going to feed that back to DAC straight away so that they can correct that, ready for release. And now I'm going to move on to showing you the canvas up close with a little bit of a pan. Ignore me, I'm going mad. I should have had more faith. I dropped a strip of drills. So here we have 6014, 301, 745, 3722, 414, 355, and that AB. So ABs have this special glitzy coating for accents. You couldn't ask for more perfect use of special drills than jazzing up a lightsaber. So yeah, I can't wait to see how this all looks when done. But yeah, these are going to be spot on for it. Now I'm going to pan over the kit. Before I look for the special drills for you, I say that, they're pretty much all in the lightsaber, guys, but I think there's a few elsewhere. I forgot to mention earlier that you may notice lines going through the kit. You can see them on the edge there. And if you're new to DAC, you may be wondering what those are about. Those mark out where there are perforations in the cover. So DAC upgraded their covers a little while ago. They're double-sided, which is really helpful because it's surprisingly easy to get the wrong side on your canvas and then it sticks fast if it's not double-sided. And they have perforations marking out 10 by 10 centimetre squares, and the lines just help you see where the perforations are, so that you can use that to section up your painting if you prefer. Right, special drills, special drills. So the AB, I mean, I don't think there's any blue anywhere else really, is there? I think the white's the only one that's going to be anywhere else. So yeah, the AB is on the outside of the lightsaber, and then the next sort of row in is a normal blue drill. And then we have the fairy dust drill, which is the little arrow. That's more down this end and only a tiny bit up the other end. And then we have the iridescent drill, which is sort of along the inside of the blue bit, if that makes sense, just next to the white inner bit, which is the white fairy dust drill. Hope that all made sense. But let me just show you up close what I mean. So you can see there, it's sort of, roughly speaking, works its way inwards with rows of the different kinds of special drills to kind of build up the effect, which I really think is gonna look fabulous. And then there is just a little bit of that white fairy dust here on the bottom of his coat and the outside there. And I do think that that is it, yes. So not a lot of special drills in this kit, but then an awful lot of the drills that you're going to be placing are background drills. And then it makes sense that his clothes, which would be all dusty and grubby from fighting and so on, wouldn't need that much jazzing up with special drills, would they? So there you go. That is Skywalker of Tatooine. And this will be releasing on Monday the 28th of July at 9 AM Pacific time, 12 PM Eastern time, or 5 PM UK time, as I said before. So let me know in the comments what you think. Are you a Star Wars fan? I'm not like the biggest Star Wars fan. I have watched them all and enjoyed them. It has been a while, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's kind of making me feel like I might want to watch them again, to be honest, unboxing this. I might go back for a rewatch. So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like on it. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I would love to have you stick around. So please consider doing that too. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.